Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today titled Ex-Wife Demands to Come Back into My Life Now That I Am Successful. This is something that I see a lot, okay, where a woman will divorce a man only to come crawling back now that she sees that he has a better life, right? Because he's making more money. Maybe he has a bigger, better house, okay? But in general, he just represents more stability. And now she goes, you know what? This Chad that I left him for, he's not paying my bills. I want a man to pay my bills. I demand to come back. I think that men are perfectly within their rights to say no, screw off, and to never speak to these women ever again. So we'll see what happens in this story. So let's jump right into it. But guys, before we jump into today's story, just a quick reminder that I have set up a second channel where I will be recording daily videos or thereabouts once again of women over on TikTok. I know a lot of you guys enjoy this video style, but to be honest, it's very headache inducing to make. So I will be making one video a day roughly over on the second channel. If that interests you guys, make sure you go and check out the second channel. I'm going to leave the link in the video description. A 38-year-old man shares how the woman who once divorced him for lack of ambition suddenly tried to re-enter his life years later after he became financially successful and well-established. Her return was not about loving the guy, it was about entitlement, and he saw right through it. Fantastic. So at least he saw through it. That's the good news, right? Because if you're a dude, you go out there and you become successful, and then the girl wants to come back into your life after she throws you away and you let it happen, things are going to get very bad for you. She is going to treat you like trash. She's probably going to cheat on you the entire time. So let's jump into it. He says, I'm a 38-year-old male and my ex-wife is 36. We were married from when I was 28 to when I was 32. Back then, I was working hard to get my own business off the ground. He said, I ran a small online logistics company and I worked long hours with little return in the early years. Money was tight and I wasn't always the easiest person to live with, but I never stopped grinding. She was supportive at first, at least that's how it seemed, but as time went on and the big success didn't come fast enough, she started getting colder. First, it was the subtle jabs about how our friends were buying houses or taking vacations while we budgeted for groceries. Then came the open resentment. Eventually, she hit me with the "we've grown apart" speech, and I knew what it meant. She didn't even want to wait around anymore. She wanted a finished product, not a man in the making, and so she filed for divorce, and I didn't fight her on it. Yeah, so what this woman, she goes, listen, my husband, he's not getting anywhere. He's not making the bread. He's not making the good money. I have to budget. He doesn't buy me any vacations. We don't have a house that is on their own. I'm going to go find a highly successful man who is going to give me a house and give me my vacations like I deserve. Which again is hilarious to think about. Like it really is, guys. These women are never going to be able to provide a house of their own to a man, and yet they expect the man to bring them one, which I always find to be very, very damn funny. Also, guys, in today's day and age, houses are so damn expensive, right? It's like a lot of people are truthfully never going to own a home. They're going to take 30 years, to pay off their mortgage, and that's even if they do. Okay, so it's a little bit screwed. And a lot of women think that it's normal, right? I want a man who's going to get me a home, failing to realize that the majority of men who are buying homes are in hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of debt, and they don't even own the homes themselves, right? But they still expect a finished product of a man, quote unquote. Let's jump into the next part here. The first 2 years post-divorce were hell, emotionally and financially. I almost gave up more than once, but something about her leaving lit a fire under me. I went all in on my business. I cut distractions. I stopped chasing relationships and I focused on building something meaningful. By year 3, things started to turn around. I landed a few major clients, I reinvested wisely, and I finally began to see the fruits of my labor. By 36, I was doing well. My business was clearing 6 figures annually. I'd bought my first home, and I finally felt like I had my life in order. So this guy sounds to me like a sensible person, right? Previously, he was working really hard on his business, and he was budgeting appropriately. he probably understood that for him to go out there and buy a house in the position that he was in was probably wildly a very bad idea. He probably wouldn't have been able to make the mortgage repayments. It probably would have been a very, very risky decision for him to make. And maybe he needed that excess money to try and get his business going. So it sounds to me like he was being sensible at the time, realizing that he couldn't actually afford one, and he doubled down on his business. Good move. He says, about 6 months ago, I got a message on LinkedIn. It was her. No, hey, no, how are you been? Or how have you been? She just said, I saw your company in the local business magazine. I'm proud of you. Would love to catch up. He said, I ignored it. And a week later, she emailed me. I feel like we never got closure. I know things ended badly, but I would love to talk, maybe grab lunch sometime. He said, I finally replied. We met for coffee. Why do these dudes do this, man? Like, why is it that, like, these women will treat men so trash, and then these guys will just go out and they'll still meet these women for, like, lunch and coffee or meet up for their talks, okay? These women are owed absolutely nothing by these men. If you receive those hey stranger texts from women now that you're doing better in life and they never wanted you previously, or worse yet, they threw you out, I don't understand why these men even bother taking the time out of their day to go and speak with these people and have conversations. It, quite frankly, guys, it disgusts me. I think that it's a continuation of their lack of self-respect, to be honest. I think it's a bad sign that these men go out here and do this, even if they go out there out of spite, just to like negatively, just to be like, hey, screw off, I'm not interested in anything. The fact that the dudes even bother to go out there, man, like, this is effort. You know, you've got to drive to the lunch place, and then you've got to talk to the woman, and it's like, those are just two things that I just wouldn't be wanting to do, to be honest. He says, she looked nervous, but she was excited. She talked about how impressed she was with my success, how she regretted leaving, and how maybe we were just at different points in our life back then. I listened calmly, and then I told her the truth. You didn't leave because we were in different places. You left because I wasn't at the finish line yet. And now that I am, you think you can jump back in like you never walked away. Her face dropped. She didn't expect me to say it so bluntly. She started crying. She said that she made a mistake. She said that she missed me, that she never stopped loving me, but I didn't feel anything. I find it funny, guys, how women can say sentences like this, but like do the complete opposite. You know, like this is just, it's just like programmed in. You know, we as men, we would read this and we would see, I don't know, some sort of a logical inconsistency, you might say. So this woman is sitting here saying that she loves the guy, but she left because his business wasn't successful. It's like, I personally can't logically reconcile those two things together. Those don't make sense to me. They're mutually exclusive, okay? But women will just throw this stuff out and just expect you to believe it. It's crazy, man. It really is. I think, like, again, like, dudes, it's funny because men don't do this typically, right? Some guys do, sure, but for the most part, like, men don't throw this stuff out because it's gaslighting, first of all, and a lot of guys have no idea how to gaslight. Second of all, it's highly manipulative. A lot of guys don't even, number one, aren't even interested in trying to manipulate women. Number two, don't even know how to. And number three, don't care. It's just funny. This sentence makes no sense to men, right? You read this, she never stopped loving me, is what she says. But at the same time, she threw him out because his business wasn't doing well. I just find it so funny, like how little sense that makes. It's truly talent, guys. It absolutely is talent to just say that amount of nonsense. It really is. He says, I told her I wished her the best, but we weren't getting back together. She looked shocked, like she genuinely believed that I would take her back because I had won now. But she didn't want me. She wanted the benefits of who I'd become. She wanted the house, she wanted the business, and she wanted the lifestyle. She did not want the man that she once left when things were hard. I totally agree with this. The woman left now that she sees that the dude has everything. He has the house, he has the business, he has the so on. Now she wants to move back in so that she can be provided for and cared for. Absolute scam for the men. Never ever, in my opinion, should you allow a woman to return such as this. Guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.